Over the past few years, it's safe to say that DC has been a massive disaster. Box office flops, James Gunn coming in to announce a reboot, and with this first action, says that he's going to fire Henry Cavill. Not very well received by fans, especially when it sounds like he's keeping several people from the old DC universe. But of course, we may have saved the most drama-filled, chaotic mess for last. The final movie in the DCEU era will be Aquaman 2, a sequel to a billion-dollar movie, and it sounds like an absolute nightmare. And of course, you knew with Amber Heard involved, there was going to be a lot of drama surrounding this thing. The rumors, the speculation that maybe she would be replaced, maybe her role got cut. Even Amber Heard saying on the stand that DC wanted her fired, that her role got reduced in Aquaman 2 because of all the Johnny Depp drama. And now, just a few months before its release, we have a massive article, not from like We Got This Covered or something like that. This is from Variety, detailing some absolutely crazy shit that first came out a few weeks ago about Jason Momoa wanting her fired, showing up drunk on set dressed supposedly as Johnny Depp, Elon Musk threatening Warner Brothers that he'd sue them if they fired her. Wild shit. And this is all a dumpster fire, the last thing that DC could have possibly needed before this movie comes out. Aquaman 2 flooded with drama. Jason Momoa allegedly drunk on set. Amber Heard scenes cut. Elon Musk's letter to WB and more. And again, some of this is information that came out a few weeks ago. The same time that first trailer dropped, that we saw Amber Heard basically only for 1 second of an entire trailer. Certainly looks like they're cutting her out of the movie. After she claimed that her scenes had been cut, the Aquaman director basically called her a liar. But we got this, a note that was supposedly from Amber Heard's court documents from her therapist, where she claims that Jason Momoa was tormenting her, wanted her fired from set, that James Wan, the director, wanted her fired, didn't allow anybody to post anything with her because they knew she was so toxic. This is fucking wild, but now it's all out there. More drama for Warner Brothers. We're going to read through some of this. Of course, it's this source says this source says that. A lot of sources close to Warner Brothers with these things. No one named, but here we go. The waters are getting choppy. On the same day in mid-September that Warner Brothers dropped the trailer for its $215 million Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, let's be clear, just like when they tried to claim The Flash was only $200 million, actually well over $300 million spent, there's no way Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom's only $215 million. 3 rounds of reshoots, all the effects, there's no way it's $215 million. Embarrassing documents from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial surfaced on Reddit, creating a new headache for the studio behind the film. Depp fans paid court fees for the release of documents from Heard's therapist, Dr. Dawn Hughes. The raw notes, scribbled on a legal pad, were part of last year's high-profile trial. They describe a hostile Aquaman set where an allegedly intoxicated Jason Momoa dressed like Johnny Depp and pushed to have Heard booted from the role of the aquatic superhero Mira. Quote, Jason said he wanted me fired, notes say. Jason drunk, late on set, dressing like Johnny, has all the rings too. Now, a rep from Momoa didn't comment on any of this, but DC came out and said this never happened. Jason Momoa conducted himself in a professional manner. He works his ass off, likes to have a beer once in a while, but doesn't show up drunk to set, says an insider who was on the London set in 2021. And he isn't dressing like Johnny Depp. He's always dressed in that bohemian style. Heard declined to comment, but a source close to the actress, again, a lot of sources close to people, confirmed that the notes refer to the Aquaman 2 set and reflect a session from December 27th. So this is confirming that these therapist notes are real. That was up in question a few weeks ago. Now that is official. The notes are real. Another source close to the actress says her lawyers fought the release of the therapy notes, which had been subpoenaed by Depp's attorneys during discovery. Momoa wasn't the only Aquaman principal to land in the crosshairs. The therapy session also painted a picture of Heard feeling unsupported by the film's director, James Wan, and treated like a pariah because of her battle with Johnny Depp. He raised his voice at me. I can't even post about Aquaman. Made it like it was my fault. Said I'm sorry, says Hughes notes in reference to Wan. Nobody could take selfies with me on set given the blackout. James Wan once again declined to comment, but a DC spokesperson said James is known for treating members of his cast and crew with the utmost respect and for fostering a positive, collaborative environment on set. Okay, and yet Heard was nearly fired. Sources on both sides tell Variety. Following Aquaman's release in 2018, the studio and Wan decided to drop the actress from the sequel due to her lack of chemistry. Those sources underscore the move to Bounce Heard was unrelated to Depp. Likewise, Momoa was not involved in the decision-making, but another source pushed back about the lack of chemistry. Ultimately, the studio never pulled the trigger because her former boyfriend, Elon Musk, had one of his litigators sending a scorched earth letter to Warner Brothers threatening to burn the house down if the actress wasn't brought back for a sequel. Elon Musk now involved in this. Like I said, you want to talk about drama and Warner Brothers and DC, it seems like that is the only constant when it comes to this studio and this brand. This is fucking wild. They go on to talk about the Aquaman sequel and how a lot of the testing was not, well, I heard that too, that the testing when it came to Aquaman, it was not testing well with audiences and hasn't been for a while. That's why they've had so many rounds of reshoots, things like this. Like The Flash, Aquaman can't shake its lame duck trappings with the DC Universe getting overhauled under new leadership, marking Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav's top priority. It also, in this article, claims that none of the stars of Justice League are coming back to reprise their characters. Maybe Jason Momoa in the role of Lobo, something like that. It also says that James Gunn doesn't have as much freedom as Kevin Feige does with Marvel. That James Gunn is still basically having to answer to the studio when it comes to Warner Brothers Discovery. And there's also hints out there that Warner Brothers might be looking to be sold at some point. They might look to sell the company to something like Universal within the next couple of years. A lot more drama when it comes to Warner Brothers Discovery than just DC. Regardless, some on the lot are convinced that another company, most likely Universal, will buy Warner Brothers within 2 years, making recent DC subplots and upheavals feel quaint. Regardless of all of that, this is about Aquaman. This is about the Aquaman drama. They seemingly confirmed a couple scenes that she was cut from. They can't confirm whether she did have her scenes cut because of all the Johnny Depp drama or not. That's what Amber Heard claimed. James Wan pushed back on that. This entire thing is the perfect way to end the DCEU. It's been chaos for a decade, and we've seen 8 straight box office failures. Now, you can't count Joker and the Batman because those are outside of the DCEU. But everything else, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 84, The Suicide Squad, Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, Black Adam, Blue Beetle, The Flash, all of them have lost money at the box office, and it looks like Aquaman 2 might be next. This is a fucking nightmare, and it sounds like everybody wanted Amber Heard gone except Amber Heard, and apparently when he was dating her, Elon Musk. What do you guys think about the confirmation-ish of some of this drama, that those notes are real, that Jason Momoa reportedly was dressing like Johnny Depp to torment her? Insane stuff, but just more of the same when it comes to DC. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.